Okay, now we're going to look at running speed. And so in this program, it wants us to ask the user how far they ran in miles and how long it took them in minutes, and to print out their speed in miles per hour. Okay, so we have here, it started us off with our start function. Now we have to define, with our variables, we have to define miles, minutes, and then we have to define the hours and how to figure out the speed. We have to figure out hours and speed. So let's go ahead and set those up. This is only like a 4 or 5 line program, and it'll be snip snap. Here we go. So let's define those miles. Their miles are going to equal read int, because it is a number that we're seeking for a response from the user. Oops, almost forgot my quotation marks. How many miles did you run? And then make sure after you do your question mark, leave a space so that it doesn't run that number right up against the end of that sentence. Put a semicolon because we are ending that statement. All right. Now then, we need to ask them how many minutes did it take them. So we need another variable. Their minutes equals, and this is going to be a number that we want. So we're going to, again, we're asking for a response. If we knew the number, then we would do num minutes, but we don't. So we have to say read int. So we're going to do read int, open parentheses, quotation mark, how many minutes did it take? Question mark, space. Then at the end of your statement, put your semicolon, because that ends that statement. So they give us the miles and they tell us how many minutes. We need to take and transform those minutes, okay? Because in order to do miles per hour, we need to know hours, right? And they're giving us minutes, so we need to write a mathematical equation. So let's say their hours, because we're going to figure out this. This is one of our equations. How do I get hours? I take the minutes and I'm dividing it by what? 60, thank you. 60, semicolon, because that ends the statement. All right? Now, the ultimate thing that they want to print out is to tell them their miles per hour, right? So the speed, their speed will equal, what's the formula to figure out speed? Miles per hour. Yes, miles divided by hour. And if you did hours or hour, however you spelled that, it needs to be the same way. And then we're simply going to print line. We want to give them their answer, print line, open parentheses. We want to print something else, so we're going to say speed in MPH, which stands for miles per hour, space, give it a space. Now, if we don't add that variable onto the end, it won't print anything except speed in MPH on the screen. So we have to say plus speed, so that it's referring back to right here, to speed. We're going to print that out. And then don't forget your semicolon.